Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are doing the take 2 on my most popular video so far, which is which Chanel is real. Today in take 2 we'll be doing the Chanel Classic Flap in Caviar in black. So stay tuned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you through the close-ups first, and then you can make a guess on which is real and which is fake in the comments below. And then after that, all will be revealed. Okay, so let's get down to it. For reference sake, we'll call this Classic Flap A and this is Classic Flap B. Okay, first we have the front of the bag. Now the lock, let's see how it turns. So I'm not going to review like the packaging and all that kind of stuff, because honestly when you're buying a fake, does the packaging really matter? It's just a little bit of an add-on, isn't it? To me at least. So I'm going to skip that part. Okay, now we go to the inside of the bag. Now the side profile. Then to the back of the bag. Now to the bottom of the bag. Next, I'm going to show you the chains. So let me just find the part where the kind of the leather is joined together in the chains. We are done. So, which did you guess was the real one? Are you ready for the big reveal? So, are you ready for the big reveal? The real one in today's video is the gold one. Okay guys, so transparency first. I got this bag free of charge because they sent it to me to review on this channel. However, I did tell them when they asked me if I wanted to review that I would not guarantee a good review of any of their products, because honesty is the most important thing here. And besides, this is not how I earn money anyway. If I was counting on earning money from YouTube, I would probably starve to death. So this is more of a passion thing for me. Yeah, so I'm going to be freely honest, even though I got this bag free. Would I consider this the top end fake? No, actually. Unfortunately, it is not at the really tip-top end. But would I consider this a high-end fake? Yes, I would. In general, the quality of this bag, I have to say, is actually excellent. If you also watch my beige Claire real versus fake video, one of the better points of this particular fake than the beige Claire fake, than the beige Claire fake is actually the chain. I think they got the chain spot on in this case, whereas in the beige Claire fake, in the beige Claire fake, the chain definitely had issues. It was very stiff, it didn't flow properly. In this case, this one versus the real one, to be fairly honest, I would actually say the chains on the real one are a little bit stiffer. This is just product variants, even in Chanel. But the biggest downside for this fake, and the one thing that I cannot forgive, kind of, is the leather itself. I'll try and show you in the close-up. Basically, as all caviar leathers, the leather itself is made up of little round spots. However, in the real Chanel, it almost looks like they have sandpapered down the spots a little bit or smoothened it down a little bit, so it becomes smoother even though you can see the grain. What this does is that it creates a flatter surface and therefore gives the bag a lot more shine. As you can see here, it is so shiny. And this is without any conditioning or anything like that. It is just this way. But for the fake in this case, the graining is more protruded, I would guess. So because of this, it affects the shine because it isn't a flat surface that light can reflect off. I actually put 3 coatings of the leather conditioner already on this bag to give it a little bit more shine. However, as you can see here, the real Chanel is still a lot shinier than this one. If I run my finger across the real one, it actually feels pretty smooth, even though you can see the grain. Whereas if I run my finger across the fake one, it's actually pretty rough. So that is my main complaint in this case. Actually, that is the only complaint I have in this case. In every other aspect of the bag, I feel they have actually done pretty well. So it is still a really, really good fake. Would I call this out if I saw it on the streets? Definitely not. Because, I mean, even a real Chanel bag can lose its shine over time. Yeah, it's definitely not call outable unless maybe you have them side by side. Yeah, so this is actually a very good fake. And it is actually a lot cheaper than the beige Claire one. It was almost half the price. So that's a big difference in price. I think this one was about 280, but I will double check on that. One other thing I want to note is that the shipping for this one was so much easier. I just placed the order. The website was a little buggy, but someone will get back to you within a day or so, and they'll contact you, and then you can proceed with your order from there. Whereas for the beige Claire fake, which I got directly from a supplier in China, it was so complicated. I placed an order in say March, and I only got the bag in maybe about September that year. So if you can imagine, the waiting time was more than 6 months, and I had to constantly harass the seller for updates on it because she just never messaged. She just took the money and never replied.
Also have these little cards. How crazy is that? And then inside, as I said, it's all burgundy lined. You have this main big pocket here. And then you've got 2 little pockets which are perfect for keeping like a little phone or your purse or your lip. And then look, it's got a looped one here, so you could keep like your lipstick in that. I love that. I think this looks stunning. All the effort that's gone into it. I was not expecting that. And then you have another pocket here at the front. So you've got loads of little pockets for this little bag. Another one there, and then you've got the flip one that you button up just to make all your stuff secure. You have this little section at the back here, like I said. Does up lovely and easily. And then you have the handles. I am so impressed. I'm absolutely in love with this. I'm going out tonight, I'm going into London. I'm definitely going to take this with me. Everyone's going to think I'm absolutely minted when I'm not. I just think this looks stunning. It sits lovely with the long strap on my shoulder. I know you can't see, but it does. It sits lovely. Yeah, I'm super, super happy. Let me know what you think, guys. Let me know if you have an original, how it compares. Let me know if you would ever consider getting a dupe rather than the original, because you're saving a lot of money by doing so. But it still feels like a really high quality bag. Yeah, I am really impressed. I'm really impressed with how it's wrapped. I'm really impressed with the extra attention to detail. I wasn't expecting it to have all of that stuff going on. I wasn't expecting it to have like the Chanel written on the button, the gold label inside.
The feel and the appearance between the real Chanel and a counterfeit. Another popular leather used by Chanel is the caviar. And this is famous under the name of Chanel Caviar, which is a pebbled cow skin, textured and grainy, and is more durable and less likely to get scratches. Alright, now let's look at the stitching. Authentic Chanel bags should have a high stitch count, more than 10 stitches per inch. Fake Chanel bags usually have a low stitch count, which creates an overall puffier look on the handbag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 stitches per panel. That is the distance of one side of the diamond shape. Now let's check the quilting. A good place to check the quilting is the back of the bag where the pocket lies. The stitching should maintain the consistent diamond pattern and line up perfectly. See the diamonds right here? It's continuous. Even if there's a pocket, they did not cut the diamond design. See? It's still diamond. Alright? And another thing is the balance. If you can see it here, it's cut on the same place. And here, both sides have half of the diamond. And then here, both the left and the right always have the same measurements. See that? It's the same measurements. Even here in the middle, look at the triangle here. There's
excess stitching over here. In the real Chanel that would not happen. And then from here you have the authenticity code. It's here in the end. Once again, this does not have the fake authenticity card. And then you have the inside zipper as you had on the original, and you also have another pocket. And once again, this is not nicely done. This is very bad. It looks very bad, and it feels actually very bad when you touch it. And then you have another pocket over here. Once again, let's compare the stitches. For example, this at all does not have stitches. The outside does not have excess fabric, but here we have excess fabric and it has many stitches and it looks very different. Maybe this should have been leather, so we could compare it properly. So this is how the inside looks. Here we have written made in France. This is quite a larger font that it, from the original. We have here written made in Italy. Very difference in the size of the font, as you can see, and also this was the comparison of the two Chanel wallet on chain. I don't know if you've liked it, if you learned how to tell the difference between them. Follow us for more videos, and I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.